I was actually staring at a standard data science workflow this morning, and you know the drill.
Oh, yeah, the classic 5 steps.
Right. You define the question, you find the data.
Build the analysis.
Exactly. Yeah. Build the analysis, draft the report, and present the findings. 5 steps.
And most of us look at that list and think, great, I'll just have AI write the report at step 4 and I'll do the rest.
Which feels totally logical. But according to a new NBER paper we're doing a deep dive on today from Demire Horton
Yeah.
and their team, that approach is actually completely backwards.
It really is. The paper is called Chaining Tasks, Redefining Work, and it essentially proves that plugging AI into just one random step of a workflow doesn't actually save you much time.
Because it's not about swapping out individual parts.
Right, it's about the sequence.
So our mission today is to unpack this theory of AI chaining and figure out why the actual order of your to-do list matters way more than how good the AI is at any specific task.
To really get this, we have to look at how they categorize work. They break it down into 3 modes. There's manual, which is just human execution and checking.
Then augmented, where a human uses AI, but still has to verify the output immediately.
And finally, automated.
Which is kind of the holy grail here,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Automated is where the AI does the work under the hood and passes it directly to the next step without a human stopping to check it.
And that distinction is crucial because of the verification cost.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have to stop and check the AI's work after every single step, I haven't really saved any time at all.
You've just swapped doing for checking.
Exactly.
Which brings us to this amazing aha moment in the paper. There's this classic economic rule called comparative advantage.
Right. The idea that whoever is better at a task should be the one to do it.
Exactly. But this paper proves that rule completely fails with AI chaining.
Because of the handoff friction.
Yes. Think of it like a relay race. You might be a faster runner than the AI, but if you have to stop, clumsily grab the baton, check it, and then start running again, you lose all your momentum.
So the paper argues it's actually better to let the AI run a slower lap if it means it never has to hand off the baton.
Which is wild. We are essentially prioritizing flow over pure skill.
You're saying it makes economic sense to let AI do a task it's technically worse at than a human, just to keep the chain unbroken.
Because adjacency is everything.
Yeah.
If the AI is doing step 2 and step 4, you want it doing step 3, even if it does a mediocre job, just to bridge the gap.
And if you don't do that, you get what the researchers call fragmentation.
Right, where your AI tasks are scattered like confetti and productivity stalls out because of all those human interruptions.
And that fragmentation is exactly what so many of you are struggling with in your businesses right now. We have the tools, but not the architecture.
Which is actually where our sponsor Embersilk steps in.
Yes. If you are trying to figure out where agents or automation fit into your business or even your personal life, Embersilk handles the training and integration.
They are fantastic at uncovering where agents could make the most impact for you. Check out embersilk.com for your AI needs.
Highly recommend them. Now, jumping back into the evidence in this paper, they didn't just theorize this chaining concept.
Not at all. They backed it up with massive data sets. They took the ONET database, which is basically the U.S. government's massive encyclopedia of job skills.
And they compared it against real-world usage data from Anthropic's Economic Index.
And the data totally confirmed it. AI adoption is happening in contiguous blocks or chains, not random isolated tasks. If a task's neighbors are AI, it's highly likely be AI too.
That makes total sense. But I want to bring up the tentpole concept they introduced because this visual really stuck with me.
It's such a great metaphor. Imagine your workflow is a piece of tent fabric lying flat on the ground.
Okay.
And you have a really hard manual task right in the middle. That's the pole.
So it holds up the whole cost structure.
Exactly. Even if the tasks around it are super easy for AI, that one hard manual task prevents you from forming a chain. It stops the automation from sliding across the workflow.
Because you just can't get past that one heavy lift without a human handoff.
Right.
So if we zoom out a bit, this beautifully explains the productivity J-curve everyone talks about. We're in the dip right now, aren't we?
We really are. We're in the dip because we're currently trying to manage AI steps individually. We're spending all our energy verifying and handing off.
But the optimistic outlook here, the upward slope of that J-curve, happens when we stop being managers of tasks and start being architects of workflows.
Yes. Once firms figure out how to bundle steps into proper chains and redesign jobs, rather than just plugging AI into old jobs, we will see a non-linear sharp rise in productivity.
It's about skipping the handoffs entirely.
And it's so exciting because it's not just doing the same job faster. It's fundamentally restructuring what a job even is.
It really reframes the value of human labor in such a positive way. If the middle of the chain is automated to preserve flow, it seems like our value shifts entirely to the start with prompting and strategy,
And the end with final verification.
which means we get to be the designers of the machine rather than just the cogs inside it. We get to focus on the creative vision.
It's an incredibly hopeful vision of the future. We are moving toward an era of unprecedented human ingenuity and progress.
A fantastic and inspiring shift to look forward to. Think about what you could build if you were designing the chain instead of just running the laps. Well, that's it for today's deep dive into chaining tasks.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to the show.
Hey, and leave us a 5-star review if you can. It really does help get the word out. Thanks for tuning in.